Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another live stream here on Max Coverage TV, the place to be for all your sports wants, news, and needs, and most importantly, live streams here for your Yankees and MLB offseason news, which that's what we're going to do today. We're going to be talking about some news. Something just happened literally right before I went live. Jorge Polanco is now off the table. We'll dive more into it. But if you are new to the channel, if you love the New York Yankees as much as I do, or you're a baseball fan in general, smash that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you know when I go live the next time or when I make a video. If you're in the chat right now, in full effect, shout out to y'all. Y'all the GOATs, man. The pre-live crew is what I like to call y'all. Smash that like button. Helps me out a ton. Let me lean back a little bit, man. Let me lean back a little bit because sorry. How we feeling? If you are watching on the replay, drop me a comment down below and I'll answer those comments after the show is over. Thank you for joining me. Happy Thursday to you all. Thank you for joining me. Shout out to my guy Jacob Petruzzi's in the house. We got Nelson Cruz, Sabius, Cade, Zilla. What's going on, my guy? Jack's in the house. Cruise control. Hopefully that's what the Yankees need to start doing, is being in cruise control and doing something here. They've done a lot. But Sarah, good to see you. Long time no see, Sarah. Barry, how you feeling? Mario in the chat, good to see you. Mr. Max, Yankeeology, dude. Yeah, that's a nice name. I like that, bro. I like that. Andrew, good to see you, my guy. So we got a couple of news around the baseball world today. Max Scherzer, another name that the Yankees were scouting this last week. They were at the Cressy Sports Entertainment Center, whatever the hell it was, but Max Scherzer was out there throwing. There's about seven teams in attendance, and the Yankees were one of those, but he's off the table. He went to the Toronto Blue Jays on a one-year, $15.5 million contract pending physical, so his name's off the books. I'm not really upset about that. I didn't understand why the Yankees were even eyeing Max Scherzer. I get it. He's a future Hall of Famer. He had a fantastic career, but it's one of those players that it looks like he's on the decline, and unfortunately injuries played a part of that. But $15.5 million for a pitcher that's 40 years old, I mean, tip the cap to him. Another Scott Boras client getting paid. So he's off the table, and now we have this bit of news here, reported by Mark Feinsand. Jorge Polanco is in agreement with the Seattle Mariners to come back to Seattle on a one-year contract with a vesting player mutual option based on plate appearances per source. So that's another name that the Yankees were monitoring. They checked in on him. You know, Brendan Rodgers is another name. Jorge Polanco. These two guys were the Yankees had a little bit of interest in him, but he's off the table. Scott, my guy, good to see you, Scott. Thank you for popping in. Jeffy, good to see you as well. We got Alex in the chat. Good to see you. Angel, thanks for updating me about my Blue Jays earlier in the most recent signing. I got you, Angel. No problem, bro. Thanks for popping in. Hey, Sarah says, I'm tired of hearing about Arenado. Just trade him already. I bet you are. Sarah's a Cardinals fan, and I bet you are tired of it, Sarah. Oh, I got to bring it up, my guy. Patrick Franks popping confetti all over the place. Let's go. Thank you, Patrick, bro. You are the man. You are the man. He's thank you so much. Good to see you. Good to see you, Patrick. Graham's in the chat. Good morning. Good morning to you, Graham. Yep, Polanco is off the board. He is. I'm glad he didn't like us. I'm glad he don't like us. Who, Mario? Polanco? Are the Yankees going to make a trade with the Padres and or no? I mean, Jeffy, it could happen. I don't know. It just seems like nobody wants Stroman. You know, the Padres, I'm sure they don't want to take Stroman's contract on. And that vesting option is what's stopping these. I'm definitely watching the Royal Rumble on Saturday. Yeah, seeing you damn right I am. You damn right I'm watching the Royal Rumble. I can't wait. They can keep Arenado, but we'll take Donovan off their hands. Yeah, I know they want to trade him. You know, they want to shed that contract off their books, the Cardinals, that is. It wouldn't make sense that they trade Donovan if they are going to trade Arenado. Stroman trade should be easier now that Scherzer signed for $15.5 million. It's not a bad like Stroman. If you look at it, $18.3 million. That doesn't seem like a lot in today's pitching market, but teams are just not willing to take on that contract. I mean, he last season we all saw he wasn't a postseason roster pitcher, so maybe teams are looking at that like the Yankees don't even view him as a postseason roster pitcher, and he has that vesting option for next season with 18.3. I just hope the Yankees don't have to. I'm hoping the Yankees won't have to take any money with that vesting year. Say, like, I think some teams are just worried because, one, they would have to monitor Stroman's innings, and maybe they just feel like they don't want to pay that 18.3 this year and next year. So, if we do trade Stroman, I just pray we don't have to take on money in that second year. Matt in the chat, good to see you. Yankees really started off hot in the offseason, are going out with a womp. Yeah, they started really hot, bro. They had a fantastic month of December. I mean, I was sick with the flu. And, we signed Max Fried, traded for Devin Williams, traded for Cody Bellinger. But the month of January has been quiet. My boy, Patrick Frank's doing what he does the very best. And that is popping confetti all over the place. Gifting out a membership. Who got it? I think it's still in the rafters. We need someone has a membership hanging out. Thank you, Patrick Franks. I appreciate you, buddy. Next or tomorrow, the members giveaway is tomorrow. So if you're on the prize wheel and you're 21 and up, of course, be on the lookout. Make sure those notification bells are rung. So the Yankees got traded and who the Yankees got traded and who the Yankees got signed. Jeffy, that's not correct grammar. But we haven't traded for anybody. We haven't traded for anybody in the past month. I mean, I'll take that back. We got Michael Arias from the Cubs. So we did trade with somebody, but nothing crazy. Yankees are going to eat 5 to 7 mil. That's my guess, Cruz, but maybe teams want that second year. They want to tack on some money in that second year as well, which I hope that's not the case, but who's going to get traded and who's going to sign this offseason, says Jeffy. My Blue Jays started out very cool in the offseason. We did a few moves at least. Yeah, you guys have been doing a lot of moves lately, Angel. You traded for Andres Jimenez, and then you signed Santander. You signed Jeff Hoffman, and now you signed Max Scherzer. And you're also on Pete Alonso. Cubs want Dylan Cease. That would make some sense. Orioles, it would make sense for the Orioles to be in on Cease or King. I mean, they lost Corbin Burns. If I was the Orioles, I'd be on those guys. Hope they don't sign them, but it would make sense. It's been quiet because the third baseman or second base actually are on the block are either not to our liking or the contracts are not in our favor. Patience. Yeah. I mean, right now, Kim's off the board. Polanco's off the board. You see what's going on now in the MLB. A lot of these guys are getting signed. I'm sure it'll be a matter of days until Pete Alonso and Bregman get signed. I would assume by the next week those two guys should be on a team somewhere. But right now, third base wise, Bregman's out there. Don't see the Yankees going that route, unfortunately, because Bregman wants a 7-year contract. The Yankees, they're not going to give him a 7-year contract. They're not even going to offer that. So he's on the board, and then Arenado would be the trade for third base. I mean, Donovan, that's a name we've been tossing out. Nico Horner, will the Cubs move on from him? He's injured right now, but I don't see that happening as well. If there's a chance King would sign an extension with us, why not trade for him and get Luis Ariz as well? Well, Kzilla, I mean, if he's willing to take a contract extension, I personally, I don't see him doing that. It would be the first time in, his career that he tests the market, because he's gonna get a big contract, bro. Unless he just really wants to play for the Yankees and doesn't really care about testing the market, but I would assume he will at least test the market. Same with Cease. I love what my AL team has done with my Yankees. I love Bellinger and Max Fried and Goldie. Yeah, those are all solid moves the Yankees have done, Sarah. All solid moves. I really hope we get Alonso, and may I ask, how did we get Joey Loperfido during this season? Sorry, it's just a bit off topic, but I'm curious. I'm not sure, honestly, Angel. I'm not sure how you guys got Joey Loperfido. I would have to look into it. I hope Yankees get a third baseman or a lefty reliever to add. Yeah, that's basically what we need. Nelson is a one lefty reliever and a third baseman. But we still have, I keep saying this every day. We have time. We have time. I know right now the options are getting slimmer and slimmer, but we have time. Yeah, I agree, Graham. I think they both will. It makes sense. I mean, it's going to be the first time it's going to be the first time both those players test the market. These guys are going to test the market. Seeing what all these other guys are getting on the market, especially starting pitchers. Did you hear that report that the Yankees were going to DFA DJ? Yeah, I did see that. I don't believe it, though, Matt. I mean, until I find, more reliable sources, I just saw it on Twitter. And sometimes you got to be careful what you see on Twitter nowadays. So I did see that. Matt, but I don't know if it's true or not. Yankee Kyle, my guy, good to see you, buddy. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Hope you all had a great Thursday. But yeah, I mean, think about it. We're in January 30th. And tomorrow's the last day of this month. And then we have baseball on our television screens for almost the rest of the year. We are about 3 weeks away until spring training games start. We are around 12, 11 days away till pitchers and catchers report. It's so close, man. It's so close. January has been so slow. So I want to say thank you for making it as fun, as, speedy as all these streams make it go by way faster. So thank you so much for being a part of a very slow month. So we have the numbers on the Polanco contract real quick. Let me just bring that up. Polanco deal guarantees him $7.75 million, $7 million base salary for 2025, plus a $750,000 buyout on the player mutual option. That's not bad. That's not a bad contract for Polanco. I know it's only a 1-year deal, but now we know how much now we know the market for Polanco. So would you have wanted the Yankees to give Polanco $7.75 million? Angel says February 9th through 13th. That's all the days that pitchers and catchers report. Yeah, man. The Yankees report on the 11th. It doesn't make sense for them not to test the market. Any agent is going to tell them that. Just look at Vladdy. He would be daft not to, especially as Cohen has the hots for him. Yeah, these guys, if I was in the MLB, I'm testing the market nowadays. I mean, some of these guys are reading the market wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like Nick Pivetta, for instance. Hojo says, I can't wait either, Hojo. But if I was on the level of Michael King and Dylan Cease and Luis Arias, I'm definitely testing the market. Carlos, what's going on? Any more move coming by the Yankees? Not yet. I don't think we're done, but I've been saying that for the last 2 weeks. But we still have time. Don't get me wrong. We still have plenty of time, especially when the games start going. Oh, you guys reporting the 13th? Nice, Angel. Nice. I just can't wait to start calling some games, man. So if you're new here, if you love, just like a alternate play-by-play hangout stream, that's what I do as well on the channel. The Yankees have been boring in January. They don't want to spend no money. They're being cheap. I mean, Larry, you're not wrong. They spent money. Not in this month, but they have spent money. We had to pay Bellinger. We have to pay Devin Williams. We have to pay. We gave Max Fried over $200 million. So we've had spent some money this offseason, but in the month of January, we haven't really done much other than small moves here and there, minor league moves. Tupi, is that how you pronounce your name? Yankees are going to make a trade midseason. I think we're done for now. I mean, you could be right. I think something's going to happen during spring training. That's my my guess. Knee injury by Polanco, not the same. Yep. I mean, in 2021, like I said, he hit, I think, 33 home runs in 2021. I want to thank you, Mr. Max, for being such a cool dude and for doing this. It's a pleasure being here, sir. I appreciate you, Mario. Thank you for being here. Mr. Classic in the chat. Are the Yankees done? I don't think so. It's been quiet. I know it's been boring, but I don't think they're done yet. How are the Yankees being cheap? The payroll's at 303. Yeah, that's not being cheap, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, some of these guys, some of you guys got to calm down a little bit. Some of you guys. You know, the Yankees have done a lot this offseason. They've done a lot. They have pivoted pretty well after not getting Juan Soto. A lot of the moves were early in the offseason, so I know a lot of us live at, they live in the now, which I understand that. But if you look at the lineup, you look at the rotation, you look at the bullpen, it's a solid team all around. We have the best team in the American League. And like Graham said, we have $303 million to the payroll. I know I said I wanted Bregman, and I would love Bregman still. I would go get Bregman if I was Brian Cashman. I don't care about paying penalties. But they would give up more draft picks. Maybe they really value those draft picks because remember, we already had to give up draft picks for Max Fried. What up, Li? How about Gabriel Arias from the Guardians? Is he a bullpen arm or? I don't know who that is, honestly, Li. Devin Williams was huge. Max Fried was huge. Yeah. Goldie was a good replacement for Rizzo. It's only a 1-year contract. Fried, Williams, Bellinger, Goldschmidt, Cruz in the bullpen. Payroll at 303 at fourth threshold. All arbitration done except for Mark Leiter Jr. Yeah. I mean, look. We have a legit number 2 now with Max Fried. We have a legit bona fide beast as a closer in Devin Williams. Bellinger, they say he's playing center field. That takes a lot of pressure off of Judge. You move him back to right field. I would personally put Dominguez in center, but they want to go with Bellinger, who's won a Gold Glove there before. Hey, let's see how it goes. I think it's going to go well, but I would just much rather have Dominguez, nice and comfy, but he's going to have to learn left field. And you bring up Goldschmidt. That's a huge upgrade from Rizzo. Huge upgrade. Rizzo lost all his skills, man. It sucks because I was a huge Rizzo fan. Rizzo stunk. Goldschmidt, he's going to be way better than Anthony Rizzo. He's more athletic. He can run the bases better. He's stout on defense. I think he has more pop now in his career than Rizzo does. And Fernando Cruz, the guy's a strikeout machine. I think he had like a 34% strikeout rate last season. Fernando Cruz. That's one thing the Yankees were looking to upgrade was strikeout stuff in the bullpen. And they got it with Devin Williams and with Fernando Cruz. Gus in the chat. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Sean said Nolan Arenado. Yep. I mean, it seems like that's the one name that keeps getting brought up now. Graham says, we will get a third baseman. Just wait for the market to come to us like Arenado. Yeah, sometimes patient pays off. Yeah, the Yankees have done a great job this offseason. They have. Another thing as well as the draft picks, as Jason said, sign Bregman, and you also stop us signing the number 1 in the international draft next season. Yeah, I need to do more research on the next wave of international draft picks. Joe in the chat, still left-hand reliever like Tim Hill and a backup catcher besides another infielder. Yeah, Joe, I mean, it seemed Tim Hill, I think he wants more than 1 year on his contract, and that's what's stopping us because I personally think he's just worth a 1-year contract. Personally. Not saying he's bad, but he was terrible until he came to the New York Yankees where he had a 2.05 ERA. I wouldn't mind a Tim Hill reunion at all, Joe. I wouldn't. But it just seems like he's being a little too greedy. But the backup catcher spot, that's gonna be during spring training. Ben Rice can do it. Ben Rice can be the backup first baseman as well. JC Escara, if he has a strong spring, maybe he can be the backup catcher. Or Alex Jackson, the guy that we got from the Cincinnati Reds. He's not good. Defensively, he's good, but he's not good with the bat. Arias is a 24-year-old shortstop that can play all infield positions, even with corner outfield, and can move Volpe to second. I got to look up Arias. I wouldn't try to replace Volpe with Gabriel Arias right now. What's up, Jonathan Davis? What I missed so far? I'm just going over the signings today. For Max Scherzer signed with the Blue Jays, 1 year, $15.5 million. And then Polanco now, a name the Yankees were interested in, signed with he's back with the Mariners on a 1 year, $7.75 million contract. And he has there's a player mutual option for a second year. Polanco went back to Seattle. What up, Kyle? Good to see you, man. John in the chat, keep counting those draft picks that make it to the Yanks and become excellent Major League ball players. I know John's being sarcastic right there. I know John's being sarcastic. You know me, if those two draft picks, like say, I know the Yankees aren't going to sign Bregman. I keep bringing him up because I personally would, and he's on a QO. So for this example, those two draft picks that we would give up, if they're better than Alex Bregman in years to come, then I'll be like, okay, they knew what they were doing. But that's two question marks for a guy that's a proven player in this league, an all-star player, great defensive glove. I'm just saying, man. Draft picks are question marks. Your Cardinals are willing to pay $20 million. That's about it for the Arenado trade or the Arenado contract. Yeah, Mr. Classic said Arenado has a huge contract though. Got to make the Cardinals pay for that. And then Sarah just said they'll be willing to pay 20. That's why the Yankees aren't going in on that contract. That's another big contract they would have to take on. What's up, Daniel Barry, Sports Highlights? Good to see you, bud. I always get Tim Hill and Rich Hill. Well, Tim Hill's not 45 years old, Angel. Yankees see Tim Hill the way I do, a fluke. I mean, I think they see him as a 1 year contract. Bring him back for a cheap 1 year deal. But Tim Hill looks at it like, I want a 2 year contract. That's my guess. I don't know. Michael in the chat, at this point, Arenado makes the most sense. Trade Stroman in another deal somewhere. That's the thing, though, Michael. No one wants him. No one. I mean, if no one has taken Marcus Stroman this far, it just seems like no one wants him at the end of the day. They're just scared of that vesting option, that second, well, now that vesting year tied to the contract. Like, say the Yankees pay down $5 to $7 million this year, and essentially a team is paying, $10, $11 million instead of 18.3. That team still doesn't want to take that 18.3 the next year. That's what I'm thinking. And then that team that would trade for Stroman, now they have to baby Stroman and monitor his innings. I feel bad for Stro, honestly. I mean, he signed the contract, and now the Yankees, they regret it. There's no way around it. They're regretting that contract for Stro. What's up, Mad Max in Toronto? Yep, Scherzer's back in Toronto. The Jays are becoming the team for castaways and nearly retired individuals with two superstars. Hope the Yankees crush them, but still wish them luck and have one more good year. Oh, he's definitely a Hall of Famer. Yeah, I mean, good for him. He got $15.5 million. I did not. Well, we saw Charlie Morin, Justin Verlander. Both those guys got $15 million, and they're all 40 years old or plus. But $15.5 million for a guy that's just injury plagued now, that's a lot of money. But good for him. Good for him. Toronto, they wanted Soto. They wanted Ohtani. They wanted Tanner Scott. So they're making some moves. Get someone who is a good fielder that can drive in between 70 and 75 RBI next year or per year. Yeah, that's what we need. We don't need a guy that's going to smash 30 home runs in the infield. Give me a guy that hits 20 home runs, even if he hits like 15 to 18 home runs and he drives in 70, like you said, and he plays a good defense over there on third base. I'll take that all day. Realistically, I want him to hit 260, 275, though, at least. He has an overrated bat, but he's the best option right now for third base, Li. I don't know who else you would think is better than Bregman right now, this far into the offseason. What's up, Kidder Kid? Ken's in the chat as well, my guy Ken. Real Bill P. Shout out to everyone popping in. Thank you, guys. Happy Thursday. Bregman's a Dodger killer. Why would we sign Tim Hill when Yuki Masui, Andrew Nardi, AJ Puck, younger and better left-hand relief pitchers are available? You would have to give up more prospects. That's Yankee King. That's what I'm thinking. They don't want to trade too many prospects. Dodgers just DFA the reliever Ryan Brazier. Oh, did he? I know they were trying to trade him. I wouldn't want the Yankees to go out to Brazier because we already have enough right-handed pitchers in this bullpen. But I didn't see the Dodgers DFA him, though. If no one wants Stroman, what does that say about Cashman's decision to sign him at the salary? John, it's another mistake. No doubt about it. Stroman wasn't even on our postseason roster. I mean, that tells you a lot. That tells you a lot. A pitcher making $18.3 million doesn't make the roster. And now they're biting the bullet on it. The only players that put the Yankees over the top are Donovan and Lowe. I think Bregman would put us over the top too, Ken. Donovan would, of course, be everyone's number one because he's younger. You have more. You have a couple of years of control with him. Lowe, we'll see. I know the Rays. The Rays said that he was off the table earlier, but that was different. That was before they got Kim. But they might need Lowe until Kim is ready to play. So I don't know if they're gonna trade Lowe or not. What's up, Slack Wolf? To my understanding, Padres like Stroman, but Yankees don't want to go over. I just don't think the Padres are going to want to take that whole contract on. I mean, they're trying to shed salary, it seems like. Justin Tucker is why? Oh, yeah. Justin Tucker. I thought you meant Kyle Tucker. Sorry. So, yeah, that's a sick story out right now with Justin Tucker. Bregman isn't a better option when it comes to his contract. Yeah, I mean, if it's a 7-year, I understand why the Yankees aren't jumping on it. Supposedly he has 3 teams with a contract on the table, and I would assume they're all above 5 years. I was saying if you get Bregman on a 3 or 4 year contract, I'd take that. I would do that all day. Josh Young's better than Bregman, or better than Donovan. I hear that Blue Jays offer Bregman a 6-year contract. It wouldn't shock. I mean, Blue Jays they've been pretty active. What the Blue Jays need to do is try to re-sign Vladdy. That's what they need to really focus on, honestly. Sewell, thank you so much for hitting that sub button. Welcome to the family, Sewell. Appreciate you. What's going on? Max says, Joseph Dream, what did I miss? Just going over everything that happened today in baseball. Scherzer got signed to the Blue Jays. Jorge Polanco just got re-signed to the Mariners, so his name is off the table. I'm not really upset about those 2 guys getting signed, but I mean, happy for those guys getting getting the bag. But Yankee-wise, I'm not upset that those guys went elsewhere. Yankees would rather let their prospects rot in the minors than trade them, says K-Zilla. Well, from Hal Steinbrenner, he's saying they want to give the young guys some playing time now. That's what Hal Steinbrenner's saying. They said that Cabrera is going to be a very big piece to this team. Peraza is going to be in line to potentially try to win the third base position. Who else are they talking about in the minors? Is Spencer Jones going to get a sighting? Ambio saying, how is Bregman's bat overrated? A constant 270, 26 home run. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I guess I'm blinded by Alex Bregman. And everyone thinks he's a bad player. I don't know. I guess I'm just on my own little island with Bregman. What up, Stephen B? I think Alex Bregman's a beast, dude. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's go, Pito, my boy. Thank you, Joseph. It's not the popular vote, man. I guess Bregman stinks in everybody's eyes. What up, John the Beagle Dad? No new trades for us. Been waiting all day. Yeah, no new trades, man. Nothing our way. Bob, I went over it yesterday in the stream. I don't know if you were in the stream or not, but I did. You can find it on Twitter. But I did have it on the stream yesterday, and towards the end, it's like a 4-minute clip. And I did not get copyright for it, so I was happy about that. In my honest opinion, the only way Bregman takes a short term, or even Alonso, is that it has opt-outs. Oh, yeah. They're definitely, if it's a short-term deal, Graham, they're going to have opt-outs. Just like Blake Snell, just like Cody Bellinger, Matt Chapman. You saw all those Boris clients last season get those contracts towards the end of the offseason into spring training. Life journey, Bregman's just a cheater. I understand. I mean, yeah, he's an Astro. But you can't tell me he wouldn't better this team, man. I believe it when I see it. Most never get a legit shot to prove themselves except Volpe and Heel. Well, Schmidt did. Schmidt got a shot, too. Cabrera's got a shot. Cabrera's been with the big league club for a while now. What up, Jacob Frederick? Yeah, I can't wait, dude. Oh, we got Miss Sydney in the chat. Yee! How? The hand of love is checking in. Yeah, we got to change your emoji. Miss Sydney. The hand of love. We can make two of them. We can have the hand of doom and the hand of love. Vladdy will be playing more third this season with over 45 pounds off. He will try his best to stay there to increase his price. That's smart. Ambio, I mean, that's a very smart thing for him to do if he's really trying to play third base, because you're right. His price tag will be better as a guy who can play third. I know he can play third, but you see what the first base market's like. And if I'm Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and you're reading that first base market, it's not really what you want to be. So that makes a lot of sense, man. Oh, my boy Pito. Doing what he does. That's popping confetti all over the place. Thank you so much, bro. Who got it? Ooh, Jonathan Davis. Welcome to this family. Hey, tomorrow is the giveaway, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a prize member in the giveaway, in the memberships, if you're a Prize Wheel member, $2.99, you can win free merch tomorrow. MLBshop.com, my merchandise store, NBA shop if you want some NBA gear, NFL shop. I got you if you win. And we had another. Ken going back to back with my guy Pito dropping a confetti cannon. We got FIFO, first in, first out. So it's a cooking term if you didn't know, guys. He's back on the squad. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Pito. You are the man. What matters is Bregman is a competitor. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. No doubt about it. And he has a great glove. He's a beast defensively. Beast! Sorry if I'm screaming in your ears, guys. Let's see. Let's see if we have any updates here. We have, Dodgers have DFA'd Ryan Brazier. I feel like I'm mispronouncing his name. I probably am. We have another Met news here. Let me bring it up. I know it's not the Yankees, but I'm still going to share it, damn it. Mets have reportedly offered fan favorite Mark Canha a non-guaranteed deal, who turns 36 in February. So that's one bit of news. They're trying for Cease. I saw, the Mets are in on Dylan Cease. It makes sense. The Mets, it'll make sense that they go for King, too. I heard the Braves might be in as well. Yep, here's the news with Ryan Brazier. So I don't see the Yankees going after him, but just a little bit of news there. 36, yep, that's the Mets, says Bob. Well, the Yankees are the same way, though, Bob. Yankees the same way. They went after Goldie, even though I still think Goldie's good, but I did not hear about Dick Button. No, I did not hear about that, Jeffrey. God rest his soul. Baltimore should go after Cease and King. They have the prospects cap. Yeah, they definitely do, Ambio. Baltimore makes a lot of sense. They lost Burns. That's a team that I do think would take a chance on a one-year rental. They did it with Corbin Burns. So if the Astros re-sign Bregman, then what makes the most sense is to trade Isaac Paredes. Do the Yankees have enough to compete for a trade? Well, I've heard some things about the Astros that if they get Bregman, Paredes is going to play second base. I don't know if it's going to work out. And then they were going to put Altuve in left with Bregman on third. I don't think that's going to work out. But Paredes doesn't have the best glove, but he's young. He's 25 years old. So I know the Yankees were interested in him last deadline. They do have enough to compete for a trade. They have the prospects to make it happen. What's up, my guy Jake? Good to see you, bro. Max, who is the player that puts the Yankees over the top for the series, the World Series? I don't see that player is out there yet right now. Put us over for the World Series. That's a good question, man. Bregman would be a great addition to this team. So would Brendan Donovan. But, honestly, I don't know. I think you're right. I think that player is not out there yet. Personally, Ken. It's a good question, though. Can you believe that MLB thinks Gunnar is better than Bobby Witt? Talking about for the cover? The MLB The Show cover? I thought Witt would be in it, too. No thanks. I don't want Bregman to be a Yankee, says Jack. And I understand. Some people just don't want it to happen. I get it. What up, Steve? Good to see you, buddy. I just want a good on-base percentage guy to play third, says Jake. Wait, did they put the rankings out for shortstop? I thought you meant the MLB the cover. MLB show cover. Yeah, Jake. A great on-base guy who plays great defense is what I want too, man. That can just put the ball in play. I'm not asking for a 30 home run guy. I'm not asking for, he just put the ball in play a great glove over there on third, get on base, get runners in. That's what I want. I definitely, Gunnar and Bobby Witt are both great players, but I think Bobby Witt's a little bit better. Gunnar's good though, man. What's up, John? How you doing, buddy? Smash that like button, guys. We got 80 in the chat. Appreciate you all. Almost to the weekend. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've had a long-ass day. We're at 54 likes. Thank you so much. I've just been, I worked really early today. Got home, had, did some chores around the house. God. It's like, I can't believe it's 8:40. I know I usually go live a little bit earlier. And, we usually get a bigger crowd during the afternoon. But, man, I look down at my phone. I'm like, gosh, it's 7 o'clock. It's 7:30, 8 o'clock now? The day just flies. I'm telling you, man, the days fly by. The show cover should have added more young players to the cover, but I love it. Plus, they finally go on next gen. Yes, dude, this this next game I think is gonna be awesome. Them going next gen means it's like a brand new engine, basically. And I heard that you could start in if for like your career player, you can start in high school. Yeah, exactly. Honey to-do list. Exactly, John. You know what I'm talking about. Fernando Tatis is that player that would put us over the top if he's available, and Orioles and Mets should both be in King and Cease. I mean, yeah, if Tatis is available, hell yeah, he'd put us over the top. Not really, Steve. Not really. Scherzer signed to the Blue Jays. You know, the Yankees were out his throwing day when the Yankees were scouting him, so he's off the market. And Polanco just got signed to the Mariners, another name the Yankees were interested in. But I'm glad I'm glad they didn't come to the Yankees. I wasn't really understanding why the Yankees were in on Scherzer. Yeah, I understand where would you play Tatis, but I understand. I'm just saying Tatis is just one of those players like maybe he's not going to fit right now in this team, but that guy's a beast. It's 1:42 a.m. Where you at, Graham? I don't know how you can stay up that late. I don't know how you can stay up that late. Tatis is juicing, right? Well, he got caught with PEDs. He said it was like a ringworm medicine that he was. I don't know what he was lying. You know, but that was a couple of seasons ago. He got like suspended like 80 games or so. This month felt like it was 3 months. It really did. It really did, man. But hey, tomorrow's the last day of January, guys, and then February begins, and that's when, all pedal to the metal, baby. We're close. We're close. Rye bread. How are we feeling about this team? Still think we got the best AL team in the league. Best AL team in the league right now, Rye. He had that sketchy motorcycle crash also. Tatis? I don't remember that. His ringworm was probably back. It was probably back for the postseason. That guy went crazy in the postseason. It's called being old and drinking plenty coffee. I feel you. Yeah, after like 2 p.m. I can't really have coffee anymore. I'll be up all night like you. But dude, I'm like passed out by midnight pretty much every single night. Speaking to a player means nothing now. Getting him is another. Yeah, exactly. PD and MLB sucks. They should update it because even marijuana tests you positive. Really? Marijuana is considered PED? I don't know if marijuana, like, just how is being high on marijuana gonna help your game? Like, you might look like Gleyber Torres in the infield if you get tested for marijuana. Oh yeah, because they're always sweating and stuff, Rye. What up, Scott Superman? How you doing? Yeah, messed up his wrist that offseason. Pretty sure he didn't tell Padres. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Okay, yeah. I definitely remember that now, Jake. Yeah, because I'm sure if he didn't tell the Padres, could have messed with his money. Jack, you're so gross, dude. Excited for spring training. A few spots up for grabs and lots of talent. Yeah, dude. I mean, this spring training is going to be very important, Bob, to a lot of players. Peraza, DJ. I just pray he's not the answer, but this is going to be a very important spring for DJ LeMahieu, Jason Dominguez. All these guys got to stay healthy, though. Peraza and Dominguez especially. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to watch some spring training ball. It's also called my daughter still not being able to tell the time I should have spent more on their education. Oh, damn. Okay, Zilla. If you've had a ringworm from wrestling, it goes away in 24 hours. Oh, Rye Bread, you're a wrestler? Are you going to enter the Royal Rumble this Saturday? Introducing next. Entering the Royal Rumble, Rye Bread. I know they both Hall of Famers, but how are willing to give Max and Justin Verlander 15 mil at 42 years old, but won't take on 18 from Stroman? He's just 32. NBA, I don't know. Maybe these teams, like I said, the Yankees didn't have Stroman on their postseason roster, so maybe these teams are looking at that like, oh, but you can't tell me Stroman wouldn't make the postseason roster for say the Marlins make it. They're not going to, but say the Marlins make it. Say the Padres make the postseason. I would assume Stroman could make the postseason roster for those teams. And then Charlie Morton also got $15 million, Ambio. Ken DJ to the rescue. He's going to hit 325 this year. Oh, you didn't do that kind of wrestling? Oh, you did like legit wrestling. How you doing, Tiffany? It's okay. It's late, period. It's late. I don't really pop on live this late. Other than when I'm calling the West Coast trip. Certain genetics grown in certain conditions can cause certain people to increase focus. The science will eventually back this up, but generally, weed is an obstacle, not an enhancer. Yeah, I mean, I'm not talking crap anything about weed, but it's just funny. Imagine someone just being stoned out there. D-Rod, what's up, bro? Yeah, the Marlins need a lot. They need a lot. Max and Justin are way better than Stroman, even if they were 85 years old. Oh, wrestling on mats, no ropes, the days of having to cut weight. Oh, man. That stuff's tough, bro. That's why I like Kurt Angle's my favorite wrestler all time. Kurt Angle was, Kurt Angle did what you did, Rye. Like, he was a legit wrestler. And he won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. That's my guy, Kurt Angle, bro. Verlander did not make the postseason roster for the Astros. I thought he was he hurt, Tyler? I forgot. Some of it with Stroman might be they don't want to help the Yankees by taking him. Could be. There's teams out there. With the Corbin Burns trade, with when the Orioles sent them, was it Joey Ortiz and bullpen arm? I was like, no way the Yankees didn't have anything. Like, the Yankees, I know for a fact, probably had a better offer on the table than the Orioles. But Joey Ortiz actually panned out for the Brewers. He was actually pretty good for him. I feel good about, Scott, I feel good about the team. It's just like, it's going to be tough that if we make it to the World Series, so do the Dodgers. It's going to be tough. But, hey, we both got to make it there, and we only have to see them 3 games. Right now, I think the only team I'm nervous of is the Dodgers. I think this Yankees team is going to be good, man. It sucks that we have, the glaring hole in the infield, but we have time. We have time. The main event at WrestleMania will be a cage match between Rye Bread and Pumpernickel. Oh, my God. D-Rod, D-Rod with the dad jokes, man. D-Rod kills it with the jokes. Yeah, it's insane with a broken... Oh, yeah, dude. I can't believe it. Like our team, but our front office. Egyptian Magician, long time no see. Oh, look at that cat right there. Stroman was such a bad sign. Not even talking his numbers, but him keeping us from making moves. Yeah, it's coming around and biting them in the arse. It really is. It really is Egyptian Magician. I guarantee you they are, kicking themselves for that contract. I can't wait for the Rumble, Sarah. I can't wait. Rumble Saturday night is going to be awesome. Hearing Hal making excuses again. Hal needs some. He needs some help with public talking, public speaking. Seems like every time he talks, he just makes a notice or like a quote that doesn't sit well with a lot of fans. Yeah, Stroman's numbers on the road are not. Let me see. His numbers all around just weren't good. Hold on, what am I doing? I know he had. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna see his splits real quick with Stro. Polanco, who was option signed. Polanco went to the He went back to the Mariners. He went back to the Mariners on a 1 year, or he has an option for the second year. So Stroman away, 3.09 ERA at Yankee Stadium, 5.31 ERA. That's crazy. Gave up 15 home runs in Yankee Stadium. Gave up 4 home runs away and gave up 15 in New York. Max, I think his name is Cadzilla. I know it. I know it's Cadzilla, Andrew. I know. I know. I call him Kzilla because when he first joined my stream, that's what I called him. It's weird to call him Cadzilla now. I'm a diehard wrestling fan ever since I was a kid. My all-time favorite is Hulk Hogan, RVD, and Yokozuna. And dude, Bray Wyatt was my favorite, man. I mean, my all-time favorite is Kurt Angle, but Bray Wyatt was my favorite for the new generation. I was so hurt, bro. I was so hurt, man. Instead of Hal biatching about the payroll complaints, he should ask Cashman for a refund on over $3.7 billion wasted over the last 16 years. Yeah, man. So a lot of these moves and contracts have not been great. Like Hal, like you said, Hal hasn't been cheap. Hal's had the money, but Cashman has spent it on the wrong players. Any interest in Kike Hernandez? I mean, he's a good player. He could play everywhere on the field. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on Kike Hernandez. I'm going with Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, The Rock. Yeah, I love the Macho Man. I never really was a Hogan fan. Honestly. I mean, I grew up watching wrestling in the early 2000s, late 90s. So, my dad made me a wrestling fan. We watched both WCW and WWF. But Booker T, Macho Man, Chris Jericho growing up was one of my favorite. Yowie Wowie in the chat. Speaking of Bray Wyatt. Max, you know how hard it is to talk in a public forum? I have years of speaking from the podium as an instructed electronic system and at a command level. My first few shorts on my channel, bad. No, bro. Hey, it's different. It's a different setting, bro. It's a different setting. I mean, I go back and watch my old videos all the time, and I'm like, oh, my Lord, what was I doing? How flushes money into the Bronx sewer system is really sad. A lot of people hate Hogan now, Yowie Wowie. The guy got booed out of the stadium. Cavaliers are killing it, dude. Cavaliers are killing it. All right, checking my phone. Making sure I didn't miss any news. Dylan Cease, link to the Mets and the Cubs. So that's a little bit of news there. What's up, Jose Medina? Good to see you, man. Yeah, well-deserved boos. Yeah, the New York Knicks got a shot, too. Their team looks great, too, man. One of the best Knicks teams probably in a long time. My favorite wrestler growing up was the Ultimate Warrior and the Road Warriors. See, I was like, I don't really remember Ultimate Warrior when I was a kid. Years ago, I had a landlord that knew Macho Man when they were both young. That's awesome. That was another terrible, tragic death, man. Not Macho Man was... He was awesome, too. You know, Kurt Angle was my favorite. Of course, The Rock, Stone Cold. Jeff Hardy was one of my top favorites back in the day. When him and The Undertaker had that ladder match for the belt, that was awesome. Taker, you know, he kind of put him over, even though Taker won. Cashman given everything he needs. Tough job, but got to produce like the players. Yeah. Yeah. Cashman is, I mean, like you said, GM is very tough in this sport. Very tough. That's why, you know, some of y'all say, Max, you need to be a GM. I would be terrified if I was a GM. Y'all might hate me. Y'all might hate me. Or if I was a manager. I'd be petrified. I was a Triple H fan too. What hurts to this day, like the two deaths, Eddie and Bray. Yeah, man. Eddie was such a tragic death. God. It's still like, it's hard to believe still that Eddie Guerrero died. It was so like sudden and just, he was at the top of his game, man. Well, they got to win a championship to be the best Knicks team of all time. 1970 Knicks are the best Knicks team. Yeah, I just said they're the best team in a long time. I didn't say all time, but yeah. Definitely got to win a chip. Cadzilla, what are you talking about, man? Jesus. Been watching wrestling since the early 90s and late 80s. Yeah, I took a little hiatus with it, but now I'm back kind of watching it. I'm watching SmackDown tomorrow because, you know, I got to make sure I'm all updated for the Rumble on Saturday. Yankees just need to finish a complete team, a solid third base, lefty reliever, and let's go to war. No confidence in Soft Boone as leader, though. I mean, you're right, dude. That's the two holes that we have is just one lefty in the pen. I wouldn't even rule it like a huge hole, but the third base is the glaring hole that everybody, all the fans right now, are kind of in on the same thing. We need a third baseman. We don't want to see DJ. But it's still, we have time. We have time. Ricky Steamboat and Dusty Rhodes. Yeah, Dusty. I bet Dusty's really proud of Cody, man. Cody Rhodes has came a long way. I was responding to some who said the best Knicks team. Oh, yeah. Who's winning the Super Bowl? The Chiefs. It's hard not to pick them. I've been picking against them pretty much the last 3 years. I thought this was the year for the Bills, but it's hard not to root for it's hard not to think the Chiefs will win. Gold Dust too, yeah, Dustin. Yeah. Have you ever, like, that whole family of Roman Reigns, The Rock, Jay and Jimmy Uso, Rikishi, Umaga, all that Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, like that bloodline runs deep in wrestling, man. It's insane. Oh yeah, Io Sky is awesome. She's Io Sky she can put her body on the line. She does not care. People to call for Cashman to be fired. Great. Who replaced him? Easy to criticize. Not so easy to come up with the solutions. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to see who would replace him GM-wise. I know a lot of people would be interested in this job, though. If the Yankees GM spot ever got open, I'm sure so many people would be willing to take that job. Yeah, The Rock is more of a corporate man now. I mean, he's like the board of director now for wrestling. Yeah, Shawn Michaels is one of the GOATs for sure. I miss Prime Shawn. Growing up, I miss Prime Shawn Michaels. I started watching like kind of when he had that back injury and stuff. So he was like on and off. We had a great start to the offseason but could not finish the job. we've had a good off season though. I can't sit there and say this off season stunk. I mean, this team's made a lot of moves. It really has. Still one move away, but like I said, we have time. Yowie's saying Luis Hill will have a 2.24 ERA. Damn, that might win the Cy Young if he has a 2.24 ERA. Yeah, I love Tiffany Stratton. That's my favorite too right now. I was a Mandy Rose fan, but she got fired. But Tiffany Stratton, I'm an all-time Trish Stratus fan. Pinta's awesome too. What's up, Michael? DX. Yeah, how can you not love DX? Check Goldman Sachs for new GM. Pretty sure Tampa bought it or brought in Quants a Numbit years ago. Sell to a hedge fund. What the Dodgers did. I feel great about the rotation, man. I really do. I feel great about the rotation. Max is going to be an awesome second to Cole. A full, healthy Cole this season. And then I think Rodon will be better at it. I think it's going to be less pressure for Rodon also. Until Rodon shows me more, though, I can't really have too much faith in him. But you know what? Maybe being the third guy in the rotation will help the guy. And then our back end, Heel and Schmidt, I don't mind the rotation at all. Judge will win back-to-back MVPs. Judge, he might win if Judge is healthy, bro, he could win MVP every year in the American League now. Yordan Alvarez would be in play. Jose Ramirez. Vladdy. But, a lot of these guys went to the NL. Bobby Witt Jr., of course. Gunnar Henderson could be in play for MVP in the coming years. Yeah, Egyptian said he needs another pitch and not to throw 60 through 2. Exactly, man. Feel sorry for the fans that started to watch wrestling now for the first time, even though it's amazing right now. But for us, that was watching since the early 2000s and before. Yeah, no, this has probably been the best wrestling since the Attitude Era or around the Ruthless Aggression Era. This is probably the best time. When CM Punk left, that stretch of wrestling was tough. That's the part where I stopped watching for a little bit, and then I started watching again with The Shield, with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose and all that stuff. Aren't MLB stats calculated differently in Canada because of the metric system? Oh, man. What's up, Stetson? Yeah, the Rumble is like a staple. Like I have a lot of buddies that are coming over on Saturday. They don't even watch wrestling, but all they watch is the Rumble. And it's funny because all the surprises that happen, I'm like, marking out, and they're all like, who the hell is this person? I'm like, oh, yeah, you don't know this person. I go for Cease, Clark Schmidt, and Peraza. The thing is like Clark Schmidt has 3 years of control. That's what the Yankees are, their value, or they're having a lot of value there because he's cheap and you got him for 3 years. If Cease was on like a 2-year contract, I would do it all day. Peraza, or however you spell his name, but I think one of the other will break out. You said DJ will have a comeback season, says Yowie Wowie, or Peraza. I really hope for Peraza, man, because this is kind of his last shot. He's out of options, so this is his last shot, man. Oh, yeah, we had to endure Vince shoving Cena down our throats. Yeah, I hate you hate Cena. I think Cena's probably going to be Final Four in the Rumble, bro. He might win it because it's his last farewell tour. I think the Final Four is going to be Punk, Cena, Roman, and I'm going to throw like a wild card out there. I'm going to say Drew. Drew McIntyre are my final four. Boone loves old guys, so young guys don't have a shot of getting playing time. Yeah, I mean, seem like they don't love playing their prospects too much. I mean, Dominguez is going to be playing a lot. Ben Rice is going to be playing a lot. Volpe. I mean, we have three young guys in the starting lineup. Volpe, Dominguez, Wells, potentially Peraza for third. 4 out of the 9 are kids, potentially. So, plus you got Heel in the rotation. So I mean, they have the kids up. So he loves Seth freaking Rollins. I know, but right now I love Roman and Jacob Fatu. Yeah, man, Jacob Fatu is a freaking beast. And he's getting better with the promos too, man. Jacob Fatu, he can actually talk on the mic. Jey Uso, John Cena, Roman Reigns, CM Punk is your final four. Yeah, Jey Uso's not a bad call either, Tyler. He's red hot right now. He's over. Yeah, Cody and KO, that ladder match is going to be like that whole card is going to be awesome. That whole card is going to be awesome. He is an animal, dude. What he did to Braun Strowman on the he kicked his arse. When am I going live on YouTube for what? For wrestling? I don't know. I say Jazz ends up at third. Bellinger ends up at first, and we get an outfielder at the deadline. I don't see that happening personally, man. I think they want Bellinger in center field. Jazz, they already said they wanted him to play second. And, you know, we still have Trent Grisham. So, I don't think we go that route. Max, I recommend you to check out Mads Kruger. He had a good match with Jacob Fatu. Oh, okay. Herbert says Fatu. Love LA Knight promos. Yeah, he's funny. He was red hot, Tyler, and then he just fizzled out. I think they kind of messed up with LA Knight. The funniest thing was Logan Paul's heat on Raw. He was getting booed out of the arena, man. You couldn't even hear him talk on the mic. But that's every heel's dream, though, is to have heat like that. That's every heel's dream. Just have a whole arena just booing the hell out of you. And he was eating that up, man. The Usos suck. Only Sweet Chin Music's and thigh slapping. Jay's starting to get some more moves. And I love Uncle Howdy, but I feel they're dropping the ball. Yeah, it's kind of weird what they're doing with the Wyatt Six, too. Yeah, Dominic Mysterio is the same way, Ambio. Yokozuna was family, too, I believe. Yeah, he was. I think he was. I know the High Chief is The Rock's dad. God, that family line is just insane. Yeah, I know Jacob Fatu's backstory is crazy. He was struggling like with in the streets and stuff. Yeah, Steve, I mean that's a controversial one there. That's a controversial one right there, man. Sign Brian McCann as the Yankees' backup catcher for 1 year, $2 million. Deal gets it done. He was a good mentor for Adley Rutschman last season. Yeah, well, that's another good point. Is who's gonna be the backup catcher? And someone already brought it up earlier, but that's another key thing to look at for spring training. I don't think they're going to sign a cheap catcher. I don't think so. Yeah, right, Egyptian. Great talent. Talented wrestler in the ring. Just a flat out general in the ring. But POS for sure. Reinstate Mansell so we can see it. It'll make me smile and bring back some memories. I got to figure out where to. I guess I could put him. I guess I could put him right there. Right? I got the new microphone, so it's a different little setup, man. So I guess it fits right there. But you can't really see it. You'll see it more on the other software when I call the games. But let me see if I can fit Judge there. Yeah, Judge will have to be like leaning. Oh, there we go. Ooh, I like that. That's cool. But they'll be back, man. They're taking their off-season rest right now. They're taking some off-season rest. They'll be back. They'll be ready to go. He was an amazing wrestler. He really was, man. JC Escarra, I think, gets first shot at backup, and Ben Rice also a catcher. I think you're right, Jose. I was talking about it earlier in the stream. I think you're right. I mean, if Escarra has a great spring, it makes sense. He's already on the 40-man, so Alex Jackson's there too. He's a defensive-minded catcher. He stinks with the bat. I do not collect Funko Pops. No, I do not. Randy Orton is fun. Yeah, Randy Orton's one of the... Well, his legend killer gimmick was amazing. Maybe Simba can break Judge's pen. Actually, I broke Mickey Mantle's bat, bro. It just literally popped over and fell on the ground, just shattered. What's up, my guy? Jonathan Sosa's in the chat. All right, man. Good night to you, Yowie Wowie. Good night, man. Thanks for hanging out today, guys. Thanks for talking wrestling, too. I know it's a Yankee stream, but wrestling's awesome. Wrestling is awesome. The Wrecking Crew, for real. Alex Jackson swing away. Tyler, I know, right? I remember when Bo Jackson would break his bat. Dude. Yeah, isn't it insane how he used to do that? All-time female wrestler is Io Sky, Julia Kelly Klein, Tessa Blanchard. Yeah, Tessa's another great wrestler, just not a good human being. Julia is a beast, dude. I can remember being with my gran at the stadium and her saying to my granddad, Mansell, he is hungover. And boom, out he came and hit a dinger. Oh, man. Back then, bro, that was a whole different world. It was a whole different world back then. I was a huge AJ Lee. Yeah, what if AJ Lee? That's another name that could pop up in the Royal Rumble. That could be another name that pops up, man. CM Punk already kind of hinted at something because they're married. He was like, there's a name out there that I want to say, but I think I'll get in trouble. So I was like, ooh. They're talking about Nikki Bella too. Could be out there. You can look, but you can't touch. You broke Mantle's bat? I know. Wow. So, hold on. First it was the gavel, which the gavel is still hanging up, or it's still up there. Then it was the chain. Now it's Mickey Mantle without his bat. There's so many, bad jujus in this studio. Mantle actually having been to bed before a game. That was a bonus. Hey, Mantle just wanted the party, bro. Look, he did all that, and he still was one of the best. Mantle said, I can go out party all night, baby. I'll still come in and smash 3 home runs in a game. Good night, Joseph's Dream. Good night, man. Blessings to you, too. Shout out to everyone. I'm about to head out as well, guys. It's almost 10 o'clock here, or almost 9:30 here. Thank you so much for joining me. You are the best. All the new subscribers, all the OGs, all the members, all the mods, everybody who gifted some memberships out. We had Patrick Franks, Pito, Ken, Patrick also dropping a $2. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you all. It's been a fun stream. Max, I wish I could make that Pinstripe Pride event. Too bad we don't live in New York. Yeah, dude, I know. I know, man. They have so many cool events that I wish I can go to. Thank you, guys. You have a good rest of your Thursday. I'll see you all tomorrow. And also all the members, the giveaway is tomorrow for the members, Prize World members. I'll have the stream put up tomorrow before I go live talking with some Yankee stuff, if we have any Yankee stuff, man. But it's always love, peace, chicken grease on Max Covers TV. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good rest of your night, evening, afternoon, wherever you're watching from. You are the best. I'm out of here. Peace. And always, go Yankees.